the other 3 groups just pulled into Gosnell now.
I'm Ken Chilovak, and welcome to the Caribou Mountains, not too far from Blue River, British Columbia. This is the site of the DuPont Cordura Powder Age Skiing Championships. Powder skiing, well, I guess the best way to describe it is as having fun. It's the ultimate in skiing. Ask anybody who's ever tried it. Stay with us close to the next half hour. You'll see some of the best skiing in some of the most beautiful country anywhere.
The rest is really fun.
Perfect day?
Yeah, couldn't ask for better.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
There are 2 mountain ranges near Blue River, BC, the Monashis and the Caribous, each with fabulous slopes for powder skiing. Helicopter is the only way to reach the untouched snow.
Happy with your run? So far.
Each winter, skiers from around the world come here to experience that special feeling of powder skiing.
I think it's part of something you can't explain. You have to do it to find out.
Some people ski for the speed element. Some people ski for the feeling. And the type of skiing that I do, I relate more to the feeling of the skis bending and accelerating out of the turn, and the same kind of a feeling when you're skiing powder. You feel the skis bend, you feel the skis rise up out of the snow, and you feel them go back down again. So it's sensual.
Nothing beats an uncut slope and making perfect 8s or just skiing it by yourself. Nothing at all. Now, I mean everything.
Mike Wiegele's helicopter skiing operation has been in this area for close to 20 years. He began in 1970 and didn't have a single client. Since it's grown to the point where Mike can handle over 800 skiers from around the world each winter. And Mike is the host of the DuPont Cordura Powder 8 Championships. These slopes hold a lot of dangers. Avalanches can come down at any time. So a number of safety measures are used to lessen the chance of tragedy.
Be alert. Follow your guide's footsteps and keep an eye on your guide.
The first order of business for the new skier is a slideshow outlining the do's and don'ts of helicopter skiing.
A black landing stake in the snow signifies an airport. Keep clear of these landing areas.
Okay, these are avalanche probe poles, and they're definitely an important piece of our rescue equipment.
Outside, the new skiers are showing some special equipment that is part of the sport.
Poles just twist together to form a probe. Okay? And this is what we use to search through the snow, okay, in case of an avalanche. Now we should be able
and what's known as a peep to hang around your neck at all times. It gives off a continuous signal while skiing and can be used to hone in on in case a skier gets buried under the snow.
Okay, I found it.
Each morning, Mike Wiegele and his guides meet to discuss the weather and the avalanche dangers.
Winds are at 58 kilometers per hour, 32 knots coming in from the west. They're forecasting sunny skies all of today and going into tomorrow. Should be a nice day outside. Present temperature.
Weather and snow conditions decide where the skiers will be taken that day.
Hazard forecast, the new snow in the Alpine.
The next day is what organizers have been waiting for. It's perfect, beautiful and sunny. Helicopters begin arriving with the competitors, 22 teams from around the world.
Okay, Mike, get to go.
Mike Wiegele and one of his guides makes the first figure eights on the untouched snow, setting a straight track down the fall line as a guide for the other competitors. So now the hill is ready. The competitors are all ready to go for their first runs. We'll get to the competition right after these messages.
Blue Sky ski wear for the free spirit in all of us.
It's time for the competition to start as the first team begins their rhythm down the slope. The judges watch for a number of things from the skiers and score them accordingly. Judge Mike Wiegele explains the criteria used.
In a Power 8 competition, we look for four main points, which is symmetry of turns, roundness of turns, synchronization of the skiers, of the pair coming down, and the fall line. The skiers, the competition, the intensity it is getting now, and the skiers becoming more competitive and better competition in it. Now we find ourselves, we have to start looking for other things. Things like, for example, the form of the skiers, where the hand position is, the knee, where the general stance over the skis, the knees, whether they're together, whether they're apart. Those are now the details we find ourselves looking for if there's a differences in the skiers or in the pair.
All the teams will make one run each. After that, the top 10 will return to the top for a second. The winners will be decided after that. The defending champions are Wayne Wong from Vancouver and Saku Kakasaka from Japan. Now, Wayne was the original hot dog skier and won many international competitions. His partner Saku is considered the king of skiing in Japan. The first run is very impressive.
Oh, my leg hurts.
All right.
Oh,
How was it?
it was good, actually. Legs started to get a little tired near the bottom there, but we kept our turns real tight, real small. Hopefully that'll give us a little advantage over everybody else.
How many turns did you make there?
I can't count.
A guess.
A hard time making turns. Probably 60 to 80.
Is that a normal number for this type of competition, or you usually get into more than that?
About 80 turns as usual. Although we have had contests where we've done up to 150 turns. That's a lot.
What's the snow conditions like? Good
it's
or?
not ideal. It's a little bit crusty on top. I'd like to see a little lighter, a little bit deeper. But
okay.
it's fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's fun. It's a great day, great snow, great people.
Yeah.
When you're coming down there, I mean, what are you looking for? Who's leading?
I'm leading.
Okay, so what are you looking for? when you come down?
I'm just focusing on one point down the hill so that we can keep a straight line. That's the main thing, is make sure your tracks are straight down the fall line without any variation off the fall line.
What about the tracks next to you? Is that something that you have to avoid looking at?
Don't even look at them. Don't look at them. Just watching down the hill and focusing where we're going.
And you behind, what do you have to do?
Just looking his pole, tent, or just skis. That's all.
He's got it easy. All he has to do is follow.
No, it's more difficult.
You're the defending champions, you guys. The pressure, a lot of it?
Oh, man, I just about threw up on top there. I was so nervous. The other guys are skiing real well.
Yeah.
The guys are skiing real well.
Skiers are getting very much better than last year.
They're pushing you.
Sure.
The Canadian team is from BC, Bob Sayer and John Nielsen. Their first run is also a very good one. The last team finishes its first run. Now it's the judges' job to figure out who the top 10 teams are. Competition this year is very stiff with a lot of good skiers.
Okay, let me just check. Yeah, that's it. Okay, in the second group, we're going to have team number 20. Team number 19. Team number 11. Okay.
Now it's back to the top by helicopter for the top 10 teams and their deciding run. We're going to be back with more on the DuPont Cordura Powder Race Skiing Championships right after this word. The skiers are all set for the deciding run. Defending champions Saku and Wayne are certainly favored, but other teams are from Japan, United States, Austria, New Zealand, Canada, and West Germany, and they're all good. The final runs have all been made. Now it's up to the judges to add up the scores and find out who will be this year's DuPont Cordura Powder Rate champions. They'll make the announcement at the evening award dinner. Good run in your mind?
I think our second run was better than our first run. The snow was certainly better over on that side of the hill than it was on the first run there. It was a little bit more consistent. I think our turns were a little tighter, a little rounder. It was a little bit longer, so it was a little bit more tiring as well.
How many years have you been here in this competition?
This is my third year, and this is your fifth year.
Yeah, fifth.
How have things changed?
How
better competition? How would you?
Getting bigger and many good skiers coming, and maybe harder
to keep the, yeah.
And you, Wayne, what you noticed?
The competitors certainly were much better than we've seen here in the past few years that we skied. I'd hate to be a judge out there today because I watched all the other competitors and it'd be a very, very tough thing to score. It's just like diving or whatever else. It's so subjective at this point because you got some of the best skiers in the world gathered here to compete from New Zealand, Europe, Canada, United States, Japan. It's truly an international event now.
About halfway down, I was thinking, wow, this feels real good. About 3/4 of the way down, I was thinking, I hope we can make it. Keep going, just keep going, legs.
What can you see in your mind the future of a competition like this?
I'd like to see it spread out so that there's regional competitions leading up to the nationals. This year we won the nationals, but there wasn't, you know, a really wide distribution of people. It was almost all people from the West Coast and the Rockies, Alberta.
I'm kind of looking for a pro circuit. Make a little bit of scratch.
We'll be back with more on the DuPont Cordura Powder 8 Championships right after this message.
Blue Sky ski wear for the free spirit in all of us.
It's been a perfect day in the Caribous. Certainly one thrill is to go into areas that are only accessible by helicopter. And only a short ride away is such a spot. A secluded valley perfect for a post-skiing picnic. It's a chance to discuss today's competition. And a chance to let loose. Let's face it, what's skiing without some partying?
You'll find it in Europe.
How old are you?
Me.
And the partying doesn't end on the mountain. It's moved to Blue River, the final stage for the Powder 8 Championship. Time to find out who won. That evening, before the winners are announced, some special presentations to Mike Wiegele.
This year, Mike is accomplishing something that is very, very special. He is reaching 25 million vertical feet of helicopter skiing, which in itself represent 5 times around the globe. On behalf of the staff, Mike, and all of your skiing friends, congratulations.
Well, thank you, Eve. You know, it's just last year it's kind of started, and this year it really got to me. You know, I was wondering why the heck my knees are getting so sore. Now I know.
And now the moment everyone has been waiting for.
Team number 3 from Germany, Matthias and Roland. Second team, now we're getting down to the real nitty-gritty here. From Japan, Ishii and Onoso. And the first prize winners and Powder 8 World Champions from Japan and Canada, Wayne and Saku.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just your thoughts on what another victory.
I tell you, after today's skiing, everybody skied so well that I really doubt that we had a chance to win today. Because just watching the other competitors ski, I almost threw up. I was so nervous. And this is really a surprise, and it's great. It's great. And yourself?
I'm not speaking good English so much, but today's skiing is so nice, and every competitor is so nice. So I thought this time very hard to win, but we could. Yeah.
That's it for the DuPont Cordura Powder 8 World Championships. One word the skiers have used to describe this competition is the ultimate. Hopefully after watching the last half hour, you'll agree with that assessment. I'm Ken Chilliback on behalf of the rest of the TSN crew. So long from the Caribou Mountains near Blue River, British Columbia.